Hello, welcome back. I want to show you the outside of the house now that the snow started to melt. It's been thick, it's been really quite pretty when it's thick like that, but now the big thaw is set in. It's what's the date again? Something like the 7th of March, something like that, I think. I've lost track of time, really. And so this morning then I went outside. Always there's a cat, isn't there? So this morning I went outside and with my phone, and I just did a few little pictures of what the hens are doing, what the goose is doing, what the garden's doing. What happens now that the snow's all started to melt is that we just get a huge amount of water sloshing around. We get mud, we get flooding in various areas of the gardens, very, very sumpy and wet. And it's all together very unpleasant and muddy. Now, so for the past few days, I've been housebound by snow, but then rather unfortunately, I've been housebound because I injured my knee. Not one thing or falling or anything like that, but I have hurt my knee, and it's a tendon or ligament or something like that, and it's really painful and making it really hard to walk. So I've been sitting with it elevated, knitting for what feels like years, but it's only been 3 days. So this morning I went out and about to do things to the poultry, with the poultry, for the poultry. And I'll take the audio off that because the wind was really, really bad and you can't hear any of the audio. So I'll do a little audio over the top of it. Some people who watch these have been saying that they can't actually hear me terribly well. And so I apologise for that. And I'll try really hard to make sure I either speak up well, or if there are really bad audios like there are outside just now, I won't put those on. I will just do voiceover over them. So I'm going to edit all of that lot now and stick it up for you to see. Don't worry about my knee, it's fine. It's fine. So what I'm doing indoors when I'm not resting my knee, this looks like the cat, doesn't it? I've been carding again. And so I've been carding because I've got to start using colours I don't like. I've been carding this orange and this brown. And the idea is I'm going to do, if you watch the carding video and the spinning videos, I'm going to do one single with this colour, one single with this colour, and then ply the two of them together so that the yarn will look like that. Not my favourite kind of yarn, but my plan was to go to areas of the colour wheel that I don't really like very much and see what I could make from them. Plus I've also got quite a lot of fibre and it's a shame not to use it. So I'm going to edit the videos that I've just done and put them up and say hello to you all. And then I'm going to get on with doing some carding and in between sitting down and raising my knee. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so here's the garden. It looks horrible. Muddy, cold, wet. Thanks for watching. So I went down this morning then and took the food for all the hens. And here is that horrible time when snow is just starting to melt, disappear, leaving behind a wet, soggy mess with dirty snow. Oh, it's disgusting. This cockerel here, I've taken the audio off this, as I said, and his little hen. They live in the garden, and I'm going to be showing you all the hens just now. These two are destined for the poultry auction in a few weeks' time, largely because of the amount of crowing they do, and I don't like cockerels. These guys live underneath the bird feeders. The wild birds eat the seed, and whatever drops down onto the ground, the bantams eat, this little pair of bantams. No, I'm sorry, Cockerel, but yeah, you're going back to the poultry auction. They were a bit of an impulse buy, these two. I never really intended to get them, so they're going back. The rescue hens then, they're still living in the garden. The garden which will be the vegetable and flower garden later in the year. And there's a good reason for that. The poultry that I have overwintering in the garden, where there's no harm they can do, are eating all the bugs and grubs and snails' eggs and all of those kind of things, which means that when I do take them out of the garden and put them in with the other hens, my garden will be hen-free, but also bug-free and slug-free with a bit of luck. Here's the goose, Eileen, saying hello to the Araucanas. Now, the Araucanas, which is one cockerel and 3 of his hens, and I took the audio off here so you can't hear him crowing away, but they were an impulse buy at the poultry auction last year as well. Got to learn to sit on my hands. Well, they're going back to the poultry auction in April. I'm sure somebody will enjoy having them, but I won't have 2 cockerels on the place, which is my aim. Don't want cockerels at all. So Eileen, hello, beautiful. She's just saying hello to them there. They're in that little pen until the auction because they're very hard to catch. They'll be all right in there. These snowdrops and cyclamen then that are popping out through the snow are making me feel like it really might be spring just around the corner. So as well as me being stuck inside the house with the snow, the cats have been fed up with it as well. So here's Prudence enjoying a little bit of the cold winter sunshine. No apologies for showing you more pictures of my beautiful goose, Eileen. Here she is. And she's very pleased that all that hard, icy water is melted now so that she can drink. Bless her. So I was down in the garden this morning to collect the eggs from the laying hens, and I was just checking to see when there'll be a gap between someone laying and someone not laying. There's Ginny, beautiful hen, and this is a blacktail who just settled onto the nest, so I didn't really have any qualms. That's Luna. I didn't have any qualms about disturbing the blacktail to get the eggs from under because she hadn't actually started laying yet. So I collected the eggs from underneath her, and here they are. 10 eggs. Muddy, because as the hens come in from the muddy hen run and settle down to lay an egg, they're sitting on yesterday's eggs. And so I need to collect them much more often than I am doing. Here they are. I don't wash the eggs because the shells are porous, and so you don't want to be introducing any of the bacteria that might be on the outside in through to the egg. So I have this thing which is just damp, and I clean the outside of the egg that way. And then you always store eggs pointy end down. Pointy end down. I'll explain why if anyone's interested. Oh, lovely. If anyone wants any eggs, there they are. As ever, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.